We got the aftermath of Game 1 of the PBA Philippine Cup Finals. What a game check, Game 1.
Oh, boy. Oh.
Plus, a check on Filipino teams competing in the Jones Cup and the FIBA Women's Asia Cup.
And we've got the winners of this year's Wimbledon tournament.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ravena, the show by Mamoy. Kiefer Ravena puts it on. Unbelievable. On the left side. Oh, stopping another one. Bakunas rejecting Estevo for the win.
The TNT Tropang 5G take a step closer to their Grand Slam bid, but not without facing a really tough challenge along the way. TNT drew first blood in the PBA Philippine Cup Finals with a dramatic 99-96 win over the San Miguel Beermen on Sunday, just yesterday, at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum. What a thriller for Game 1 here, as the Tropang 5G did dominate the first 3 quarters and already had a 19-point cushion heading into the final frame. R. Pugoy and Jordan Henning leading TNT's explosive long-range assault. They finished with 23 and 19 points respectively. The Beermen did not go down without a fight though, as Junmar Fajardo, CJ Perez, and Chris Ross all sparked a comeback that briefly gave them the lead in the payoff period. Still, TNT showed enough poise to come out on top. The game did end with some controversy when officials rescinded a Mo Tautua basket in the final seconds. Despite being up 1-0 in the best-of-7 series, TNT head coach Chot Reyes admits he still has his hands full for Game 2. The next match of the finals will take place this Wednesday already. That will be July 16. Still, at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum, it will be at 7:30 p.m.
Again, we're trying to make do, managing minutes of so many players, Kelly and Roger, that we knew that we could be, if it's getting close in the end, that we're going to be at a huge disadvantage because of the depth of San Miguel. So ang usapan lang namin, let's just rely on each other, hang on as much as we can, and find a way to win in the end game. Our shots were not going in, but they were good looks. And that's what we say on our team. As long as we get good looks, we can live with that. What we could not live with were our turnovers. That's what fueled their run. It's they got, 20 points of turnovers from us. That's a huge difference. They got 20 points. Can you imagine if we just had cut that in half? Hindi na sana didikit. But that's what we have to address really, is our turnovers. Because they still had they had a lot of legs and wind to still put pressure even until the fourth quarter. And kami, hindi na kami masyadong ganun kalakas because, like I said, because of all the injuries that we're trying to manage.
As mentioned, R. Pugoy was one of TNT's heroes in Game 1 of the Philippine Cup Finals, even though he's still not physically 100%. The veteran shooting guard top scored for the Tropang 5G on the back of 15 first-half points, a total of 2 4-pointers and 3 triples. Pugoy's Game 1 outburst was especially impressive considering he played for just 18 minutes because of a hamstring issue. The former FEU Tamarao sustained the injury in Game 2 of the semifinals as TNT faced the rain or shine Elasto Painters. Pugoy even missed the last 4 games of that series and was doubtful for the finals opener versus SMB. But as it turned out, the Cebuano swingman was ready to answer the call. Here's Pugoy talking about his gutsy performance and his team's resilience.
Sa totoo lang, hindi pa ako nakasali ng 5-on-5 talaga, di ba, Coach? Nagtakbo-takbo lang ako. Tapos yung last laro ko talaga, nung Game 2 pa ng semis, tapos sabi ko, pag pinasok ako, titira ako ng titira, buti lang pumasok. So, ganun talaga. Sa basketball player, ganun naman talaga eh. Pag palaruin ka, laro ka. Ganun eh. Siguro yung willingness to win lang talaga. Hindi kami sumusuko siguro yun yung nagpabigay ng kumpiyansa sa amin. Kahit alam naman natin, semis sa pa lang, dami namin pinagdaanan, ngayon pa ba kami susuko. So, yun lang talaga yung nasa isip namin palagi.
We have more on the PBA Philippine Cup later on the show, but for now, let's go to the Jones Cup, where the Strong Group Athletics grabbed their second win in as many games after beating Japan. The Philippines banked on a late rally to pull away from a very pesky Japanese side. Final score here, 79-67. Javi Gomez de Leano and Ren Zabando were named players of the game with a combined 24-point output. Before this, SGA opened its Jones Cup title defense with a 67-56 come-from-behind win over Chinese Taipei Blue last night. The Philippines trailed by as many as 14 points early before a massive 21-0 third-quarter surge that propelled them back to the driver's seat. Former NBA player Andre Robertson was just stellar in that game, putting up 17 points, grabbing 19 rebounds, and also 5 steals. SGA will try to make it 3 in a row now when they take on Qatar tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Meantime, Gilas Pilipinas women are looking to get back on track in the 2025 FIBA Women's Asia Cup. Gilas women are currently taking on Asian powerhouse and world number 9 Japan in their second match in Group B. The Philippine squad had a much better start this time around, keeping pace with Japan up until the 18-all mark. However, Japan went on a 13-2 run to end the quarter. The Akatsuki 5 continued to extend its lead by as many as 20 points. At the half, it's Japan up big, 57-41. The Filipino Hoopers are coming off a 76-point defeat against Australia in their tournament opener. Gilas women hope to improve their standing in Division A. Only the top 3 teams in each group will have a chance at advancing to the semis.
Meanwhile, in other news, Pinoy boxer Yumir Marshall will have a new opponent in the Manny Pacquiao-Mario Barrios undercard. American boxer Bernard Joseph will take over from Alexis Gaitan in the 8-round middleweight bout. Gaitan was forced to withdraw due to an undisclosed injury. Joseph has 14 fights under his belt, winning 11 of them. 5 of those came from knockouts. As for the 2020 Tokyo bronze medalist, this will be his much anticipated return to the ring as a professional after over a year. Marshall last fought in the Paris Olympic Games 2024, where he lost in a round of 16 of the men's 80-kilogram division. The fight will be on July 20 Philippine time at MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Coming up here on Play by Play, Wimbledon wrapped up with a double bagel on the women's side and an instant classic in men's play. Those stories and a lot more coming your way when Play by Play returns, only here on One News. Stay tuned. And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play only on One News. Going back to the PBA, controversial call at the end of Game 1 of the Philippine Cup Finals between the TNT Tropang 5G and the San Miguel Beermen. It happened with 56 seconds left in the game. SMB big man Mo Tautua botched a dunk attempt, but the ball bounced high off the rim and then fell down straight through the hoop. The basket was counted initially and gave the Beermen a 1-point lead, but the technical committee decided to review the play with 6.4 ticks left, and the refs eventually rescinded Tautua's 2 points. Ultimately, the officials ruled it as an offensive basket interference, citing that Tautua had pulled down the rim, thus causing the infraction. Had that dunk not been nullified, Tautua would have finished with 12 points and could have possibly ended up with a game-winning bucket for SMB. Here's Tautua talking about the official's decision.
I'm mad and I don't want to get fined, so I'm not going to say much on it. We all saw the play. I've seen it a lot of times. I don't agree with the call. That's exact opposite of the right call. Let the game go. Let us decide the game.
PBA Deputy Commissioner Eric Castro firmly stands by the referee's decision. The PBA top brass held a press conference to clear the air right after TNT got past SMB to claim Game 1 of the Philippine Cup Finals. Deputy Commissioner Eric Castro reinforced the officials' review of Tautua's dunk and concluded that it was indeed an offensive interference. Castro explains that from the moment Tautua pulled down the rim while the ball was still up in the air, the infraction was already committed. Here's the Deputy Commissioner himself breaking down why the refs deemed Tautua's basket illegal, as well as the timing of the review.
As you've seen in the replay, when Mo dunked the last 56 seconds, nahila niya yung ring, pababa. Okay? But the contention of course, the coaching staff was yung bola was straight and entered the ring. Regardless kung may tamaan siya ng part ng ring, okay, the fact na nahila niya yung ring pababa, okay, is a violation already. Considered a offensive basket interference. So, and then, it so happened that tuloy-tuloy yung game, there was no dead ball, and then around 5 seconds remaining, there was a jump ball between Heading and Chris Ross, if I'm not mistaken. So that was the only time that we could review, well, we've been reviewing it habang live ball, but that's the only time na we were able to announce it through our barker.
From the hard court, let's move on to the Taraflex as Alas Filipinos men came up short of a podium finish in the first leg of the 2025 Southeast Asian Volleyball League. The men's national volleyball team couldn't get past regional powerhouse Indonesia in their final match of the tournament. Alas men lost in straight sets 19-19. Well, not 19-19. That's 19-25, 17-25, and 17-25. Leo Diales did continue to shine for Alas with 12 points, while fellow NU standouts Woods Budin and Jay Desquitado chipped in 6 points each. The Philippines finished with a 2-2 record, similar to Vietnam's, but finished just outside the top 3 due to inferior sets-1 ratio. Thailand bagged its third straight gold with a 4-0 sweep, while Indonesia settled for a silver at 3-1. Alas men will look to build on this performance ahead of the next leg of the CV League this week in Indonesia.
Siguro medyo nakulaan lang kami po sa performance namin sa kasa. Medyo nag-office kami doon. Kami nakapag-play na maayos. Very thankful pa rin naman na wala pa rin na-injury sa amin. Kasi siguro mas workout pa rin namin yung pasa namin. Depensa namin para mas muna pa yung performance namin yung mga additional namin. To do our best na may pakita ko na investment din namin. Kasi inalaban pa rin namin kung ano yung dapat ilalaban.
Alas men may have missed the podium in the Southeast Asian V-League, but one of their young guns took home a well-deserved individual honor. Leo Ordiales was named the best opposite hitter in Leg 1 of the tournament. He was a revelation for Alasmen, scoring a total of 64 points across 4 matches. The NU standout finished 3rd overall in total scoring and became the only Filipino player named to the individual awards list in the home leg. It's only his 2nd career individual award and his 1st on the international stage. Amid the absences of Mark Espejo and Brian Bagunas, Ordiales says he's more than ready to step up to the plate.
Masaya kasi first time kami kawal sa international. Siguro dagdag rin ang boost ng confidence para rason para pagigihan pa lalo. Patuloy lang sa pag-i-improve kasi alam ko babalik naman sila pero kung sakali na hindi ready naman ako para mag-perform at para tulungan ng mga teammates ko. Siguro isang pero babawi kami sa second week.
More volleyball coming your way tomorrow as the PVL on tour action continues at Playtime, Philoil Eco Arena in San Juan City. In the first match at 4 p.m., it will be the Next Led Chameleons, looking to continue their perfect run so far as they go up against the still winless Galleries Tower High Risers. Then for the main event at 6:30 p.m., the Akari Chargers aim to get back on track as they take on the struggling Capital One Solar Spikers. Of course, you can catch all the games live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and on the Pilipinas Live app. After the break, Pinoy Pride again as Kiefer Ravena joins his Jordan Brand co-stars in the Board of Greatness or BOG event in Greece. The Phenom got to meet several icons, including the GOAT, His Airness Michael Jordan himself. That story and more when Play-by-Play returns only here on One News.
Welcome back. You're watching Play by Play on One News. Add a Wimbledon crown to Yannick Sinner's growing list of accomplishments. The Italian ace claimed his maiden grass major after beating no less than his rival, two-time defending champion Carlos Alcaraz. The young Spaniard won the first set but failed to stay ahead. Sinner took the next three frames and the victory 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. This is the first Wimbledon men's final contested by a pair born in the 21st century.
I would have not believed, no, because it's so difficult already to arrive to the latest stages of Grand Slams. Even if you're in great shape and you have the best preparation ever, it's so difficult. I felt like I did something great because it has been not easy, and coming here and winning Wimbledon, it has been amazing, no?
On the women's side, it was complete dominance from Iga Swiatek against American Amanda Anisimova. The Polish superstar likewise nailed her first Wimbledon title by serving a double bagel on poor Anisimova 6-love, 6-love. That feat had not been done in a Wimbledon final since 1911 and since 1988 in any Grand Slam. Overall, this is the 6th Grand Slam for the 24-year-old Swiatek.
I think the fact that it's on grass, for sure, it makes it more special, I would say, and more unexpected. I'm not going to rank them because I have so much also respect to the other tournaments, and I worked really hard, to win all the other slams, so there's no point to choose between them. But this one and the US Open for sure feel like just better because no one expected that, and it wasn't a relief, it was more of just good tennis and working to make it happen, without this baggage on your shoulders.
Happy Monday, folks. July 14, 2025. Time for the highlight reel. Let's start with the NBA Summer League. Then we go to the PBA Philippine Cup Finals. Drew Timme between his legs to Etienne. Back to Drew Timme, the undrafted player out of Gonzaga back in 2023, dunking on the former number 2 pick, Alex Sarr. Take a look at that play again. Woo! Big fella. What you doing? Drew Timme. Big dunk there over Alex Sarr. Timme, by the way, he had a game-high 30 points along with 5 boards in this one, 3 assists. But unfortunately, his team, Brooklyn Nets, losing to the Wizards 102-96. More from the NBA Summer League this time. The Miami Heat, Cleveland Cavs, Javante Cook has it. Cook, up and away to Khalil Ware. The 7-footer with that athleticism. Don't hit your head, big fella. Take a look at that play again. Boom. Woo. By the way, Ware finishing with 21 points, 9 boards here. Just 1 board shy of a double-double, but had 3 blocks on the defensive end, too. But the Heat get crushed by the Cavs, 92-72. Okay, from the NBA Summer League, balik tayo dito sa Pilipinas. Chris Ross has it. Jericho Cruz using the Tautua screen, off to Perez, step back, gets fouled. No whistle. Was there a foul? But that was at the end of the buzzer there. Take a look at this step back 3 over Kim Aurin. Take a look at that. 2 former NCAA players. Of course, CJ played for San Sebastian and LPU. As for Aurin, played for JRU and Perpetual Help. But take a look at that play. Well, people say CJ Perez still has to work on his shooting. How about that for you? Perez finishing with a game, 19 points, 11 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Just doing everything to will them back in this game and win. Because in the third quarter, as you can see, they were still down by 22. Okay, let's go to TNT's side. Tautua underneath, the land of the bigs. Stopped there by Oftana, and off and running, heading ahead to Eram. Decides to drop it off to his fellow big, Brandon Ganuelas Rosser against Mo Tautua. 2 former number 1 picks facing off. Woo! Take a look at that. Ooh. 2-handed flush by BGR over Tautua. Good look there by heading inside to Eram, and then the extra pass to his fellow big BGR, by the way, coming up big here for TNT. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 4 blocks for Brandon Ganuela's roster. And last, definitely not the least. Okay, somehow TNT blew their lead. Junmar underneath, blowing that close shot. A minute and 11 left. Here's TNT. Williams setting the screen for Pogoy. The vet, 4-3. Bang! 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 A minute 4, big 3. Coach Shot says, finally, big 3 there. SMB had a 19-0 run in the fourth and final quarter. They were down big. But TNT, resilient as ever, with RR Pogoy coming up clutch, doing what he does best, knocking down the triple, leading the way for TNT as well, 23 points. Of course, in the next play, the controversial Motao Tua dunk happened, and eventually after all that, TNT comes out on top in Game 1, 99-96 in the PBA Philippine Cup Finals. What an exciting series this will be for sure. Game 2, Wednesday already, still at the Big Dome, the Smart Araneta Coliseum. That's a highlight reel for tonight. Check!
And before we go, my goodness, Kiefer Ravena just had one of the greatest flexes ever. The Phenom is among the Jordan brand stars who graced the Board of Greatness event in Athens, Greece. Ravena posted a group photo of all attendees with a caption, "Nak, punta ka dun with your friends, angas face." Ravena rubbed shoulders with some sports personalities donning J's like Luka Doncic and Rui Hachimura of the LA Lakers, Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans, NBA legends Carmelo Anthony and Rip Hamilton. And of course, Manong Keefe also made sure to get a photo with his airness himself, Michael Jordan. Besides this incredible opportunity, each attendee was also given an ultra-rare Air Jordan 1 Low OG. Kiefer became the first Filipino in the stable's long list of stars in 2021, and last year, he received his own player exclusive, an Air Jordan 39 with Philippine flag colors.
What can you say, Tita Chess?
I would have passed out.
Sabi ko nga, so I was sharing this with you in our group. Si Delph actually asked, na-meet mo na si Jordan Part? Sabi, hindi pa daw. Kasi day 1, sina Luka pa lang nakapapicture siya, pati Rui Hachimura. It was that day, nung may picture na siya with his airness, the GOAT, Michael Jordan. Enough said, tapos na laban. Proud of you, Keith. What a great year so far for you. Getting married to Diana this year, just a month ago. And then now, meeting all these idols, being in the same room.
Crazy.
Diba? And of course, as one of the Jordan ambassadors, proud of Kiefer Ravena. Hopefully, we can have him on the show via Zoom from Greece this week. That's all from us tonight, though. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
By the way, again, before we go,
Wow.
happy birthday to our boss, Boss Manny V. Pangilinan and Boss MVP. Happy birthday. I'm
Happy
Andre
birthday,
Felix.
sir. I'm Cheska Calao. Thank you for watching. Good night.